I don't know where to start, honestly. Hey everyone, Mr. DVB here. So tonight was the night, today was the day, the second was the second, whatever. I saw Avengers Endgame tonight, and this movie blew me away. Finally, it's here. Probably the most anticipated movie of my life. I could not wait for this movie, and they killed it. This movie was absolutely fantastic. This is just such an amazing movie. And like I said, I don't know where to begin because there's a lot that happens in this movie, and I don't want to spoil anything, so this is going to be a non-spoiler review. I don't have really much to say about the plot at all, because a lot of stuff happens in this movie, and the Russo Bros and Marvel and Disney, whatever, they all did a very good job of not showing anything that happens in this movie in the trailers. They showed you, like, about 20 minutes. That's a true statement. Holy shit. So yeah, this is directed by the Russo Bros, obviously, who directed Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, all fantastic movies, but this is the best of them. This is the best of the MCU, in my opinion, as I think a lot of people will agree with. This is just epic. So obviously the plot for this movie, without saying much, takes place after Infinity War. All the remaining and living Avengers are basically, just mourning over the deaths of everyone, over their failure for saving the universe. And, they have to come to terms with things. They have to bring down Thanos and, hope to bring everybody back. That's the story to this movie, and that's all I'll say. This was freaking awesome. The trailers, if you go back and watch them after seeing this movie, it's weird because those show almost they show barely anything of what is in this movie. This movie was just insane though. I loved it so much. It was fantastic. I'll start off with the pros. I don't really have that many cons. Everybody that was in this movie did a fantastic job. I especially loved Captain America and Iron Man. Obviously they've always been like my two favorite Avengers, and they were just fantastic in this movie. Captain America was one of my issues with Infinity War. He barely got any screen time. Here, he gets so much screen time. He has a huge role in this movie, if not the biggest in a way. Just seeing him have such a big role was something I absolutely loved. He did so much in this movie. Chris Evans killed it in this film. I absolutely loved him. Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic in this as well. He's a lot of people's favorite MCU character, and he was amazing in this movie. I mean, I just loved seeing all these characters we've grown to love, and just seeing them take on Thanos for this big epic conclusion to this 22 film arc. Thor was really good in this movie. Natasha, like Black Widow, and Hawkeye, they stood out a lot. They've always been kind of the two kind of jokey Avengers, what are they gonna do? Kick some people, shoot some arrows, shoot some guns, because they don't have abilities or anything. They were amazing in this movie. Especially Hawkeye, he really stole the show in some scenes. Everybody has a big shining moment in this movie, and those two characters especially, though, they just really stuck out to me because they did so much. And one of the things I love that this movie did was it took everybody that was living, and it gave them these really great scenes where they're kind of mourning over what happened. I mean, I'd say a good fourth or so of this movie is people mourning over the deaths of everything. Mourning over the situation, trying to figure out how they're gonna fix things, or it was great. I really liked seeing people kind of dealing with the aftermath of Infinity War. I love that. That was an awesome aspect in this movie. I just think everybody in this film did a great job. The action sequences in this movie, while there was less than there were in Infinity War, were fantastic in this. There's one scene especially, when you guys see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, that was just freaking insane. Definitely the best moment in the MCU. And then of course, let's jump onto the cons, I guess. Okay, so like I said, I barely have any cons. I have two very minor things that I can't talk about because they are spoilers. I will talk about them in a spoiler video, probably going to be a podcast that I'll be doing with band reviews. That might be tomorrow or Sunday, I don't know. And that's when I'll get into these things more. Basically, they're just related to characters, and they were just things I don't really like the direction they took with some characters. That's all it is. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to say who it was or anything like that. It was just a few things I didn't really like. Didn't really fit, in my opinion. But besides that, I thought this movie was perfect. The pacing was perfect. This does not feel like a 3 hour long movie or a 2 hour and 47, I guess, if you take away credits. It doesn't feel that long. It honestly felt like shorter to Infinity War than Infinity War, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit longer, actually. I don't know. But, like I said, it was just perfectly paced, because Infinity War jumped right into the action, whereas with this movie, it took its time, which was perfect for me because I didn't want them to just jump into the action and it's just like, oh yeah, all this awesome stuff, because we have to see how they're going to deal with the events of Infinity War. So I liked that they kind of gave a good portion of the movie to that. It developed the characters. There was a lot of development for the characters in this movie. You think that Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Natasha, you'd think they can't get any more character development, but they do. They get way more character development. They make their characters even more realistic and more grounded. So they did a great job with this movie. I loved it. It was freaking awesome. So yeah, on to my score now. This movie gets a 10. Easily, no question about it. This was just a awesome film. So there you go, guys. That was my very brief and non-spoiler review for Avengers Endgame. I'll see you guys later. I have a lot of Endgame videos to make. I'm making my ranking of the MCU films, including Endgame. I'm making my Infinity War versus Endgame video tomorrow or Sunday. I'll be doing my podcast with BAM reviews, hopefully. And then I'm uploading like all the MCU and shows, so lots of videos to come. But yeah, guys, it's been a journey, and this film was amazing.